Hello and welcome to 101 Ideas for Minecraft Learners. In this episode, we're going to be turning school plans, like this one, of Heron Hill School, which is a school I went to visit just the other day, and we did some Minecraft stuff, and we did some 3D printing with Minecraft as well. But we also looked at their school plan. This is actually their fire escape plan, and it's just done in felt tip. And I took a photograph with that with my iPhone, and then I took it into Photoshop here, and you could use any particular kind of image software. I'm just using Photoshop because it was easy and it gets the job done. So I'm just getting rid of all the little black spots, so we've got a nice clean image. And so it's just basically the image that we want. So these dotted lines here are actual fence posts. So I'm actually just going to get rid of those dotted lines. Okay. And there we go. And I also applied a little filter on it as well, a filter just to thicken up the lines, to make them a bit thicker. And I'll open my filters and I'll show you which one that was. So filter gallery. I think I used a rubber stamp tool. Okay, so that's the tool I used, and I just inverted it afterwards. So we'll just cancel that. So I used the rubber stamp tool to invert the image like that. Okay, and then we got our kind of our outline. So what we need to do to make this school plan is what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to basically turn this image into a Minecraft schematic. So once you've created your image that you want to do, often after, and you can even use something like, felt tip pen, or you could even draw your own one. Or what I've also been asked to do recently is maybe, could we use any kind of plans? Yes, you can use any kind of plans. You've got to make sure that the wall sizes are reasonably thick. Thin pencil line ones won't really work. You need something with a bit of thickness to it. So especially if you want it 1 or 2 blocks thick. So that's what we're after, a wall thickness that's going to be at least 1 meter thick. And that's what Minecraft can see it as. So let's go into Spritecraft. Now Spritecraft is an amazing little piece of software, and there's a downloadable. I'll put all the downloadable links, down below. Do look at the description. That's where they all are. Okay, I don't hide them away anywhere. They're down there. Do have a look at all this kind of stuff. All the juicy extras are always down there. And I'm just going to go and browse. This is Spritecraft. And Spritecraft will turn image files into pixelated Minecraft schematics that you can use MC Edit and upload that into your world. So you can even, I've done other videos as well showing, literally photographs of people's faces and things like that. So let's go and browse for our image. And that's going to be on my desktop. There is photo 1. We'll open that up, and there we see our our image of our school plan. So I'm going to just go into options at the top right here. I'm going to make sure that I've only got 2 things selected. I just want it to go using black wool and white wool. So there's black wool. I'll get rid of everything else apart from white wool. And your version might have more options on, but I'm using an older version because I'm using the new version of Spritecraft needs Java 7. So and I like using Chrome still, so I'm updating my Java. Yeah. So I'm going to close that. I think that's done. So I've chosen just two pieces of Minecraft material. Then we say about 200. I have experimented with this. You will have to experiment with the size of your image. Don't do your images obviously at 300 DPI, do them at 72 DPI, if that makes any sense at all. If you're a bit worried about that, kind of just talk to me in the chat, and we'll in the comments below, and I'll help you out with it, kind of, the size of your image. I'm going to create a Minecraft blueprint, and as you see here, most of the walls there, if we zoom in, are 1 block thick. That's kind of perfect. So I've experimented with this, so that's what I'm after. And even our 45-degree walls over there are working very nicely as well. So this is the school. This is the entrance over here, and it goes into the back here. This is the nursery in the corner there. It looks pretty good. So I'm going to save this schematic, and I'm going to call it Heron Hill School 2 because I've already done one already. So I'm going to put it into there. Brilliant. Okay, and that's all this bit, all we need to do. The next bit that we're going to do is we're going to open up MC Edit, and I've got two versions of MC Edit down the bottom here. I've got a normal kind of version that you're going to download, and I've got the MC Edit Developers Edition, which is the kind of the super new one. That's what I'm going to be using today. So here we are in MC Edit, and I've got a very nice flat world for us to experiment on. Over there's a little village, and I think there's a few command blocks over in the corner there. We'll just ignore those for the time being. So what I want to do is I want to import my schematic that we just made. So it's Heron Hill 2. You can see I've got a few different Heron Mills and Heron Hills. So it's Heron Hill School 2. I'm going to open that up. And you can see it's on its side, so that's not what we want at the moment. We're going to just rotate it and roll it. Perfect. And nudge it up, so I'm going to press nudge here, and I'm going to go Q, that's it. Okay, so we've got that at the top, and if we zoom down, we can see it's not quite through the grass at the moment. So again, press nudge and press Q, and that lifts our model up. We want it just one block up from the ground, and we can see just there that it's just one block up. When I'm happy with that, I'm going to just press import. That will import that schematic. Now that schematic is basically an image of the plans in black and white wool. Now what I don't want is I don't really want the white wool anymore. So I'm going to do something special. I'm going to go down here, and while it's still selected, okay, if you've unselected it, just reselect this. If you're unsure about using MC Edit, I'm going to be doing some other more interesting tutorials, basic tutorials, showing you how to kind of select things and make changes to it. But I'm going to go down here. It is already selected. Go down to fill and replace, and we're going to find, wool. So I'm going to look for wool. I'm going to go for some white wool. I'm going to replace white, and then there it is over there selected. Replace with air, and the air is at the top. Press OK. So what this does is it finds the white wool in our selected area, and it replaces it with air. Press replace, and done. We've now got rid of all that annoying white wool. So now we've just got that plan left. Okay. Again, it's still selected, hasn't selected anything else. Fantastic. So now what we're going to do is we're going to extrude this up, if you like. So we need to make this into a kind of a real building. And I want to make it about 3 blocks or 4 blocks high. 3 blocks high would be perfect. So let's do this. So while it's still selected, I'm going to press clone. Okay. And there we go. I've now got a kind of a green layer floating around. And that is the clone of that area that I've just selected. Now I'm just going to left click, okay, and that's just placed it down anywhere. Now what we've got here on the left hand side, we've got 3 little numbers that are important. So this is like our X, our Y, and our Z. Now I'm just going to delete these and press 0, 0, 0. That just clones the thing directly on top of itself. Okay, now I'm going to basically, if I just put 1 here, I am now cloning that. I'm going to move down a little bit so you can see. I'm cloning that 1 up on the Y axis, 1 up from the one below. Okay, fantastic. So I could do that again and again and again, but here we've got a repeat function, all right? As long as you're going in one direction, I'm going to just press that again, and we can go as high as we like, but I'm actually going to go just 4 up like that. So there everything is. Now we could copy air, we could copy water, we could copy biomes. We don't need to do any of that. It's just copying itself. And I'm going to clone that in like that. So just when you're ready, you press clone. It copies all those 3 or 4 versions of itself at the top. And you can see we've actually created a sort of extruded version of the school plan. Okay. And now what I want to do is I want to do something extra. I want to convert this black wool into something, you know, maybe brick, for example. So again, fill and replace is where we want to go. Fill and replace. I'm going to look for wool. Wool. And I'm going to look for black wool. which I can't see anywhere. There is black wool at the bottom. Okay. And I want to replace that with brick. Okay, and just normal brick like this. Okay. And press replace. And there it all is. I'm going to then finally deselect all of that. And we can see here we've got a brick school building accurately, well, from the map, kind of all put together. Okay, so here is the final model, just made out of brick, quite rough and ready, but ready for us to go and visit in Minecraft. So I'm going to save this, and then we're going to go and visit in Minecraft, where we can take a closer look at it. We can add our windows, we can add classrooms, we can add all the different bits and pieces. And you can do that collaboratively with your entire class. So it's really good for map making, even from scratch, but if you do your school, hopefully it's somewhere where you can recognize. So let's go and take a look. So here we are in Minecraft, and we can see the outline of the school, all made in brick, all pretty wonderful. Let's go around. Oh, here's the front entrance of the school. So in the school that I went to visit the other day, you go around the front here, and there's some windows and some other bits and pieces here, and then this is like the entrance, and there's a little reception thing here. So I would probably get rid of some of these areas here, and you go through a double door, and there's another double door in here. And then this is this sort of reception. You sign in here, there's a little signing in area. And then the classroom that I went to was down this corridor. There's a IT suite on the left-hand side there. And these are all different classrooms. There's another door here that we went through. And then I think we went through this area here. That's it. And then there's a kind of, oh no, there's a library area somewhere around here. But I think when I went to one of these classrooms, let's have a look at the top, see if I can recognise. Oh yeah, that's it. I went down this corridor here, and there's a little kind of library area there, and then there's these kind of corner classrooms here. So we went to, this was a classroom here, and full of desks and stuff, and then I had a little room in between these two classrooms here, between this one, and this is like a kind of an art room. There was a big window kind of just here. So you can make these, look, there's a village over there as well. You can make them as accurate as you want to be. Or you could even, for example, extend and do different types of modelling. What I'm going to do with this map is, in actual fact, I'm going to be chopping it up into pieces. I'm going to be 3D printing it as a Minecraft model, tidying up some of the map, some of the mapping area over here, and creating a whole 3D print, quite a big, large print for their assembly. And they're going to have an assembly, and their school was part. It's their kind of 30th or 40th, I think, anniversary for the school. So it's going to be part of a big celebratory festival for the school, to sort of celebrating, you know, what the school is, who they are, and their sort of sense of identity and stuff like that. So I hope you've enjoyed watching and learning a little bit about how you can turn your hand-drawn or kind of found maps that you found on the internet, maybe castles, maybe things that maybe made-up maps as well that your kids or your young people have drawn themselves, and you can turn them into amazing structures within Minecraft. If you've got any questions, do leave your questions in the comments below. Do share any kind of ideas or kind of different things that you've actually made using this technique. Love to find out what you've done yourself. Until next time, thank you very much, and goodbye. Bye.